Hey guys, it's Max Convexity. Thanks for tuning in. I sure do appreciate it. Today I wanted to do a quick Max's two-step update. Well, Max's two-step is a pairs trading it's a pairs trading strategy using options, and it does it around earnings season. We are right in the thick of earnings season, and I noticed we have Amazon reporting after the bell. We're also going to do a step two trade in Amazon today, which is the step two is the short vol component in any event. And we're going to take a look at the step one trades we have on and see if any of them are doing anything. The too long don't read as they aren't. It's been a bad market for volatility lately. Okay, so here's this Amazon trade I want to put on. So look at this trade. This is a double diagonal. It's selling a 172.5 put, buying a 187.5 put. So it's selling a strangle to buy a strangle that's even one strike price further apart. All right. I like the risk reward on it. If Amazon does nothing after earnings, it can make $600. If Amazon moves up, but not more than 4.8% or down not more than 4%. So in an 8% range, it'll still make max profit, which is $600 or $700. Okay. Now, if it moves outside that 4% range, if Amazon does after earnings between now and Friday, but not lower than 12%, this thing can still salvage some kind of profit. And then if it moves lower than 12%, we're at loss, and lower than 20% is max loss. So a 20% adverse move, this is a $200 loser. So this is a $200 bet on Amazon for staying stable during earnings. We can make it not have risk to one side by breaking a wing, changing the distance of one of the wings. When you do that, right here, we have an 11% buffer before we lose money on the downside. If we break a wing to make, in case they blow out earnings, this is called the consolation price trade. They blow out earnings. You're trying to win the $600 on it going nowhere, and you can still do that. But if they do blow out earnings for some crazy reason, you'll still make $155. And since this is only about a $400 risk, it's not that much. To be commensurate with the other trades, I'm going to do 2 lots because this one's kind of small. Okay, anyway, let's save that. That's going to be a good step two right there. That's our step two for Max's two-step. Now look at this. What I was going to say is when you break the wing, you can only go down 9.5% before you start losing money. And when you lose money, there's more money to lose. So that's, you can change where the risk and reward is, but not without cost. Really, it kind of makes more. I kind of like this one better because you can hardly lose anything. It has to go up 20%, you to lose 300, down 20%, you lose 300. I'm going to stick with that one. I'm not going to break the wing. That's going to be our step two trade. We just want Amazon not to go up more than 15% or not to go down more than 11. And step two trade can just be any short volatility trade. You can also use broken wing butterflies. I haven't shown one yet, but I will soon. All right, so that's our double diagonal step two. So now let's look at our safe trades. The bottom trade is Tress, and this WAG is something else. Ignore that. But all these other trades are Max's two steps. So we have 3 step ones. We have AMD, and they report after the bell. We have Apple, and I think they report after the bell tomorrow. We have Coinbase, and they report after the bell tomorrow, or maybe before the bell, but they report tomorrow at some point. Okay, so I want to have an equal number of step one and step twos. We have 3 step ones, and we have 3 step twos, so we're even. Okay, this AMD is a step one, but they report after the bell. Check this out. Here's everyone reporting after the bell today. Amazon, AMD, SMCI. So we got to take our AMD trade from a step one, and it made $14 somehow. I mean, Okay, it looks like volatility. This is what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I mean this is what you're playing for. You're playing for a boost into volatility into earnings. So we're going to take it off. I mean it's an hour till the end of the day. So I wanted to show you guys something here. AMD right here. I'm going to just put close trade. Now we're going to close that trade up $17. Okay. So, but now we need another. We can turn it in. We could either just close it like we did for $17 or turn it into a step 2 trade. So I'm going to do the step 2 from scratch. You go build double diagonal if you're an option strat. There it is. It comes out. There's AMD. Okay, now that's a step 2 trade though, right? I'm going to turn it into a step 1 trade, which is the straddle strangle swap with double long legs. Okay. I'm going to turn it into what the AMD trade was. Well, this is AMD. So see, now look, I could have. All right. That's what the AMD trade was. Of course, we're going to do that same trade, but on, what was it on? Gosh darn it, I already forgot. Amazon, AMD. Well, okay, that's right. I just wanted to show how to build it again. We don't want to do the double long legs. My apologies. I could have just gone in. I didn't want to confuse you guys, so I just shut the long leg totally. I could have just gone in and sold one of the long calls off the wings, sold one off each wing, or a call and a put, and then turned it into a short volatility trade like this, where I've got where it's now a short volatility trade. But I did do it that way, so I'm just gonna do it. I could have done it that way, but I didn't. No, that's confusing. I'm just gonna make a typical short volatility trade. I'm worried about these guys blowing out earnings, so I'm gonna monkey with the. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So these guys just cannot drop more. This is a bet that these guys do not drop more than 7%. It's break even or they make money as long as they at least make 7%. This is the consolation prize trade again. It's just a broken wing double diagonal, but the short strikes expired this week, and we're hoping that they depreciate faster than the long strikes do. So this is our step 2 AMD trade. So we're going to save this as step 2. So now all we have to do is check back tomorrow and see how we're doing. Let's make sure we don't have anything else. Let's look at the earnings schedule, see what's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow we need to remember before the market closes to do like we did with AMD and close it, or just switch it into a short volatility trade. So tomorrow before the bell, we have Pfizer, CVS, MasterCard, Barrick Gold, Wingstop. Then tomorrow after the bell, Then tomorrow after the bell, we have some of our ones that are on long volatility. So we need to, like I say, we need to remember to take those off. I figured Microsoft was tomorrow. Maybe it's the next day. All right. Well, in any event, we're just going to hit wait there. All right, guys, let's go back to this. All right. So that trade's on. We have our trades. We have our step 1, step 2s. So we actually only have 2 step 2s on. I mean, 2 step 1s on and 4 step 2s. We need another couple of step 1s. Step 1s are more fun to do because they're long volatility trades. So let's go Thursday after the bell. Let's pick someone that doesn't have earnings for a few days. We'll do What about mRNA? That's before the open. Let's try to find somebody after the open. We'll put on a step 1 trade on them, and then we'll keep it open for another 2 days until Wednesday right at the close. Then we'll switch it to step 1. Let's just do this. Let's do a double diagonal. Let's do a long in Moderna. We just need some long volatility to balance off all the shorts that we have. Okay, so the long volatility trade, just refresh everyone's memory, is I do a straddle strangle swap, which is where I sell a straddle to pay for strangle. Generally, I do the strikes about that far apart, but you're selling a straddle to pay for a strangle twice is the key. All right, so now that is long volatility. All right, so that's our step 1 trade, and we'll take that off before they have earnings. And probably what I'll do is right before they have earnings, we'll take that down from 2 to 1, and we'll just do it that way. So we're going to go long up until then, and hope for a big move. But if the big move doesn't happen, if something doesn't blow up and it doesn't happen, that's fine. Then we'll switch to the short volatility stance once the earnings come out. But the whole time we're going to be neutral. The idea is to be market neutral the whole time. But then after we switch to short volatility when it comes out, we're just hoping for Moderna not to go up by more than 12% after earnings or down more than 9% after earnings. So it's a pretty, it's like hitting for singles. It should be a high percentage play. The step 2s are high percentage plays. We just do the step 1s to balance out the step 2s and to give us black swan insurance. In any event, this is going back to a step 1. All right, so now we have 3 step 1s and 4 step 2s. What back can happen, right? I should probably do another step 1, but I already kept you guys on here long enough. All right, we'll keep updating this every day, and we'll see how we do. Let's go back to our view trades, our saved trades. All right, so we have 3 step 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4 step 2s. Look at this 1 step 2 that's working out pretty well. I wanted to show you this, then I promise I'm going to let you guys go. It's Domino's Pizza, and they had earnings this week, and we put it on to balance off some of our step 1 trades. And I did one of those unbalanced, where it's a double diagonal, but it's unbalanced. So it was a constellation price trade, and I had no risk to the upside in case they blow out earnings on the upside. Well, sure enough, Domino's did pretty well, and I don't think it moved much at all. And it's right now on max profit land. We're just waiting for time to go by. I could take it off right now for $50, but this is where the good stuff kicks in. And if it stays here, or even if it goes down, 0.5% between now and Friday, this will make $300 or $400. And these kind of trades, these short volatility step 2 trades, win at a higher percentage of the time, and they make money on time passing. This is an example. So these do well in the low volatility environment. So I'm trying to make enough money off time passing on step 2 trades that I pay for the step 1 trades. And then hopefully a step 1 trade every now and then turns into a home run. That's the way the strategy is designed to work. The step 2 trades are just supposed to pay for the bleed on the step 1 pretty much. So if we look at my spreadsheet, I've been testing this 3 weeks. It's been a good 3 weeks. The first week, the long volatility trades all made money. The short volatility trades pretty much all lost except for one of them. But that was a $1,400 paper winner that week. This was more typical this week. We had 2 long volatility trades make money, 2 lose money. But then we had a really good short volatility trade that helped offset those ones that lost money. Because these ones on the right make money from time passing, right? So we can count on those. We can't count on the other ones. Anyway, there was a losing week. It brought us down to 1,300. So then we did last week's. Last week's, we did not have a good week. Lost $300. Just nothing was really working out last week, and Meta killed us. I had a short volatility trade on Facebook where it could go up like 10% or down 12%. And as long as it stayed in that range, we'd be fine, right? Well, guess what happened? Well, you guys saw what happened. Went down like 30%, 20%, whatever. those happen. That's part of the deal. There was also some short volatility trades, Ford and Microsoft, that made money off time passing, and Procter & Gamble that did their job. So we'll see. We'll see how we're doing. This week we have AMD as a step one trade, Coinbase is step one, Apple's a step one, PayPal's a step one. But then we have Amazon's a step two, and Domino's Pizza a step two. So we shall see how we do. I'll try to update. I'll probably update tomorrow and then maybe again on Friday, and we'll see how we're doing. If you guys have earning strategies, let me know. I think some of you guys are kind of enjoying the series. I hope you do anyway. But let me know if you guys have ideas or how you guys like to trade earning stocks. All right, guys. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. All right.